Hi, and welcome to Qigong Live Online. This is the Beginners series. So I want to go back to the spine a bit. People ask me about the exercise for Qigong exercise for your spine. We're going to do one particular exercise from the Long Life Qigong system, but I just want to talk about the spine a little bit before we start. But first of all, we're going to bow into class. So just put your hands on the side of your body, roll back into your thumbs, left hand underneath, right hand on top, two thumbs together. And go. Make a fist with your left hand, cover with your right. Bring it towards your heart and then down to your physical center. Perfect. There you go. So I want to talk about the spine. So the spine is a very integral part of a human being having a spinal column. It's a fascinating thing, and it's interesting that most animals have some form of spine, except for ones that, of course, there are ones that don't. Snails don't have spines. But most vertebrate or carnivore animals have a spinal column, which is a structural thing that protects, and from the striate have rib cages that come out of it, lots of them to do it. There's similarities in that. And this whole spinal function inside the bodies and how the mechanism works is quite extraordinary. And in ours, of course, the nervous system travels out through the spine, and the nerves go from the spinal column out through the body. In Chinese medicine, of course, the Dumai vessel, which is extraordinary vessel, travels right in the middle of the spinal column, and all the energy goes out through the spinal column as well. So we have lots of functionality with our spine, and so to keep a healthy spine is really important. And even as any level, whether you're doing Qigong or anything, it's good to have a healthy spine forever, because we don't want to get old and we can't move and we're stuck and our body gets stiff and all our muscles get stiff. So part of that is how do you maintain a healthy spine? I'm just going to give you one exercise that does a whole lot at once. But we'll talk about the exercise, and of course there's lots of stretching exercise where you can move your neck vertebrae from side to side, backwards and forwards, side to side, and you can do all these exercises to keep the flexibility of your spine. There's lots of exercises you can do to move from side to side to get your spine fluid forward and backwards. And then rotation exercises that all help to move the spine from side to side, forward and backwards, side to side, that way. And so you want to do that, and you want all of the vertebrae to be free so they all are supporting each other. And you don't want them ones where it gets tight, and quite often the muscles in the spine get tight with stress and they lock up, and then you put all the sort of pressure on your spine and you become really stiff. And we don't want that. We want to grow old and still have a really flexible spine and all the energy moving, all the blood moving, and have that wellness in our spine for the rest of our lives. So the Qigong is a marvelous way of doing it. And just about most Qigong exercises or systems have spinal rotation exercises. Remember in Qigong, there's different parts of Qigong exercises. There is the physical aspect of the exercise, which is a physical piece, which helps the physical body itself. There's the energetic piece, which moves the energy around the body. There's the blood part, where it helps the circulation of blood, helps the movement of the qi in the body. And of course, there's the mental aspect of that Qigong exercise, which is about bringing perseverance and discipline and growing our intention, so our intention is really strong. There's a spiritual aspect of where we connected to ourselves, connected to something bigger than ourselves. So all of these are happening inside the exercise, but the physical form, the physical part of the spine exercise is what we're going to talk about today. And we'll do some exercise just for that. Yeah. So as I say, you can do the warm-up exercises, and I just did the advanced class and talked about a whole lot of them, so I won't go back over them again. But what we want to do is the exercise where we're doing as much as we can. So some exercise designed that they do a couple of different rotations of the spine at the same time. And we're going to do one of them. We're going to do one particular one, which, as I say, comes from the Long Life Qigong system. Yeah. And it was called Water Rises from the Sky. So the hands come up from the front. Good. So, and you lean backwards. So here's your spine bending backwards. You're looking at your hand. And then you come to the front. Your hand comes towards the front. Good. So both hands come up. Rotate to the side. So here's our spine turning to the side. Then we're bending our spine over to the side, which is a strange angle for it to bend, the knees going straight forward. We turn to the front, rotates the spine again, rotates the coccyx. And we step up, now bending our spine forward, and we lean backwards, and then we come forward and bring the hand down. So if I do that without doing the exercise with the arms to show you what's happening, the first thing we're doing is we're going to rotate. We rotate to the side. Yep, we rotate. So we're leaving our hips, knees face towards front. Go to the side. We bend over our spine to the side, which is a strange angle. We're not bending over front and backwards. We're actually turning to the side and then bending over sideways, which is a strange angle for the spine to turn and then bend over that way, which we're doing. We're stretching the spine down. Bend the knees, it goes to the side. Then we turn. As we turn, you're turning on the sacrum. The sacrum turns to the bottom. The sacrum turns at the bottom as the hand comes back round. Yep. And now our spine's forward, and we're going to straighten our spine, and then we're going to bend all the way backwards. So we're going from one side to the other. We're going forward and backwards. Then it comes back to the front and brings your hand down. Yep. So we've got two lots. We've got a rotation. We've got a going down, we've got a bending forward, we've got a rotation of the spine, we've got it going backwards, and we've got it going forwards, all in the same exercise, yep? So we'll focus on that. We'll do the right side again first. Yep, so bring both hands up. I'm mirroring you, so we'll go to the right side, turn to the right, turn the hips, bending the spine to the side. The back hand comes forward, it's like scooping water. It's called water rises from the sky, the exercise. Turns up, palms facing you, and then leaning backwards. And then leaning forward, turn the hand around, and palm comes towards the front on the way down. Perfect. Here we go, both hands up. And so our mind, our focus is on the rotation of the spine. Rotate the spine, bending the spine to the side. Rotate the sacrum. Now I've turned from the sacrum, the spine being that side. Now I've come round to the front now, come round to the front, and I'm going to stand up with the spine. Leaning backwards, and then coming forward again. So one of our biggest problems we have with our spine is L4, L5. We lift things because our spine pivots on L4 and L5, especially leaning forward and backwards. That's why you never lift like that, because you don't want to put the pressure on those two vertebrae. You always bend your knees and keep your back straight when you lift. The same idea, so you don't want to put all that power onto one vertebrae to lift, to pivot you like this. But to have the power, the flexibility of those joints, you still need to exercise it. You just don't want to put a load on it and strain it, yeah? So that's what's happening when we're coming down to the front. And when we stand back up, we're standing back up on L4 and L5, and we're stretching backwards in L4 and L5, and we're coming forward. So we're training the L4 and 5 to be strong. But as I say, when you're lifting heavy weights, you don't want to use that cantilever idea of those vertebrae, because you're strained. They're not that big of muscles. Unless you do a lot of weight training and you do a lot of exercise lifting heavy things, and your back won't be strong. But this is how you keep the strength in your back, by doing this exercise. Do it again, eh? Come both hands up again. Go to the right side. Sorry, going to the left this time. Turn to the left. Go down the side. Rotate the spine. Hand comes up. Bring the spine up, and then backwards, and then to the front. Come down. Both hands up. Turn. Bending backwards. Such a good exercise. Backwards and then come forward. Turn. Down. Rotate the spine. Comes up. Bending backwards and then forward. Down. Hands up. Now you can do the breathing for this. Breathing in. Breathing out when you go down. Breathing in when you stand up. Breathing out when you bring the hands forward. Breathing in. Turning, breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. So we want to maintain the integrity of our spine forever. We want to have a supple spine, all the ligaments, tendons, muscles around the spinal column. Nice and relaxed, nice and strong, nice and flexible. And you want to maintain this always. This is one of these exercises that help the spine integrity. It's such an important thing. And it's a nice simple exercise to do. Breathing in, turn, breathing out, breathing in. Looking at the hand and then breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And breathing out. Do one more each side. Just let the arms float up. Keep the shoulders down. Turn. To the spine. Turning the spine down. Turn to the front. Moving your spine backwards, bending back. And then coming forward. We'll do one more exercise. We'll take an exercise out of the Bhagavad Gita. And this exercise is called turn behind and all illnesses dissipate. And so this one's a rotation this way. So we've done the sideways, we've done the forward and backwards. We'll add one extra one, which is going to be the rotation this way. Yeah, so we've had forward and backwards, side and side. Now we're going to do the rotation one. Simple exercise. So it starts, you turn, we're going to go to the right side first. You turn, your hand comes up and it comes the palms above your head. The other hand goes to the back of all the fingers. All the fingers are touching your thumb. I'll do it so your thumb's in the center, all the the four fingers are touching the thumb. They're all connected together. And you point that up your spine, yeah? So as I turn around, I'm going to come to the top. And the fingers are facing up my spine. Yeah. Then I'm going to come around to the front. I'll swap over again. The top hand becomes the bottom hand. The bottom hand turns towards the back and I'm looking towards the back. You can't see my back hand, so I'll turn around. So when I'm standing in that posture, the fingers are facing. It's not touching my body though, it's fixing down. And I'm looking back that way. And then I'm turning around and I'm swapping over the hands. And I'm looking towards the back and my fingers are facing up my spine. This one's above my head, palm up. Good. So what's happening is that you're getting a full rotation of the spine. And that'll give you, these two exercises will give you all the rotations, well, not all. It'll give you forward and side, front and back, and rotation of your spine. And two exercises, there you go, from two different systems. So we turn, hand goes across. Now as I turn, I feel the twist in my hips, my spine, my neck, right around to my neck. So everything turns around. It's like wringing a sponge or a towel. I'm wringing the sponge right around one way, and then I'm wringing the towel all the way back the other way. Yeah? So I come back, swap hands over, and go all the way to the back, looking towards the back. Feel the stretch in my neck, feel the stretch in my spine. Then come back round to the front. Change round, looking towards the back. Good. You breathe out as you go back. You breathe in as you come right around, breathing in all the way around. And then you breathe out as you face the back. And you feel the stretch. Breathe in as you come round and around. And then breathe out as you turn and face the back. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more each side. Very good. Bring your hands down. There you go. So there's nice two really simple exercises to exercise your spine in all the three different directions. And they're nice and simple. And the breathing, of course, the exercises have their own medical applications as well. Turning behind and let more dissipate. It's good for the emotions. It's good for the yin organs. So they have their own medical application. But what we were doing today was the actual physical aspect of the exercise, which is the spinal twisting and the spinal flexation. So you want your spine relaxed. You want it free. You want to have no tension in your spine. You want to be able to move the body as free as you can and keep that fluidity inside your spine and keep that flexibility in your spine to forever. And when you do that, all the nerves are functioning properly, all the energy is moving properly, all the muscles are relaxed, and that's what we want to do, have a stress-free body. Very cool. Hopefully that's useful. If you have any questions, please ask about that exercise. If they're not quite sure, please send me a message and I'll answer it for you. Have a beautiful week, and we'll see you next week. And just stay relaxed. Very cool. Very cool. We're just going to bow. We're back onto the thumbs. Cool. Make a fist with your left hand, cover with your right. Bring it towards your heart. And then down to your physical center. Perfect. And then step back. And bow to everybody that's come to this class and anybody that watches this class in the future. I hope you enjoy that. If you have any questions, please ask. Okay? Have a beautiful week. Bye-bye.